very concerned with. There's just so much anti-constitutional lawlessness that is going on in the past, actually, quite frankly, 15 years, because you can include the Patriot Act and all that. Why doesn't he say, you know what, I respect your concern because the Constitution is that important. Right. Therefore, I hereby welcome any close inspection of whether or not I'm eligible or not. If somebody at the Supreme Court or any other court wants to have a challenge, or if a lawyer out there wants to sue to find out if I'm eligible, please, I want to get this thing put to rest. I want a judge, particularly a Supreme Court judge, to make a ruling whether or not I'm eligible or not. And I will gladly let the chips fall where they may. Is he worried that he's going to get a poor judgment? And by poor judgment, I mean improper judgment. Is somebody going to make a mistake by saying he's not eligible and he's worried about that? Because if they make the right decision that he's not eligible, then how, if he loves America and he loves the Constitution, how could he not accept that?
I agree 100%. However, by his initial response to the question saying, yeah, I'm glad we're focusing on...
Yeah, he's trying to sidestep, or he's trying to minimize the importance of it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He's trying to minimize the importance of it, which I think, I agree with you 100%. That's a flaw, and that's really bad.
That's
you
not
shouldn't.
Good. That's not good.
So why is he minimizing it? I think maybe he thinks it's a thorn in his side, and he can't change it. It's something you can't control.
If he went out and said, you know what, I respect the questions. I understand why, you got people that were wondering about Obama who spent way too long or took way too long to put it to rest, which I still think it is totally fraudulent. His idea of putting it to rest is photoshopping a fake birth certificate and then distributing it out to the public, where the media will then pronounce to everybody that this is his official long-form birth certificate, and just completely ignore the fact that the founder of Photoshop looked at it and said, well, this is totally fraudulent. And it not only is it fraudulent, but it's not even a good job. It's like blatantly fraudulent.
Dude, that's sad.
Yeah, and then you know what? Everybody ignores it. And to this day, whenever the birth certificate issue gets brought up on mainstream national news, local news, whatever, any mainstream news that everybody can access, everybody can see on their TV, they always lie and say, well, he released his birth certificate.
So that's my whole point of why Ted Cruz is trying to meld these two issues together, because he'll be shielded by the dark cloak of the media that has already gone down that road. They are two different issues, I believe. Obama and Cruz, two different, completely different issues.
Well, not really. I mean,
they are, because Obama lied about his birth certificate. However, if you listen to Smith Radio enough, we believe
I don't know if he lied or not. I just want to see the actual real birth certificate.
And the reason why they're hiding it is because his real father is an American citizen.
It very well could be.
The communist.
Right.
That's why. So Obama was born in America.
You're conspiracy. Everybody get your tinfoil hats on.
Wrap them
everybody don. We need a sound clip for the tinfoil hat being put on. Kind of like Fox News has their breaking news audio that goes, bing, the bell ring. Oh, we have a Fox News alert, and then
maybe we could have.
We need an audio for that.
Yeah, we need an audio.
We need a big red button in the middle of the studio. Yeah,
and when you hear that sound. Tinfoil hat
right in the middle of our multi-million-dollar studio.
Right.
So tinfoil hat. Okay, so you're saying that the reason he is had to release a fraudulent birth certificate is because his father's not Kenyan, and then you can start to dig in and find out.
Frank Marshall Davis.
Right, he's the American citizen, but here's the problem. He received probably tens of thousands of dollars in financial aid for being a foreign student.
Well, you can lie about that.
Well, and that's apparently what he did. That's why he had to spend millions and millions of dollars
to undo the lie. See, once you
he's sealing all of his records.
Right, because he lied about his record going to college, foreign student, and that's the whole smoke and mirror. That's all the lie. It's just a lie among another lie, and in their world, you have to lie, cheat, and steal by hook or by crook. That's the only way you're successful.
Right. As a matter of fact, in Democrat world, for the Democrat Party, they support you based on your ability to lie.
They support you based on how large your moral bankruptcy is.
Okay. Well, no, but I mean,
you got to be morally bankrupt completely. Throw all morals out the window, and the more morals you're willing to throw away,
I'm not
the better
disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing. But what I'm saying is what they really love more than anything else is for you to somehow be able to get away with that.
Oh, true.
And
true.
They make a logical
Absolutely.
argument about it.
Yeah.
Here's their argument, because you got to keep in mind, for those of you out there who are of strong moral character, this is totally foreign to you.
Yeah, like, how could anybody just do that?
Well, this is why.
Yeah.
Because in their morally bankrupt, character-flawed ways, it's all about lying, cheating, and stealing to get the most out of everything in life. And they feel like the president is constantly dealing with foreign entities, foreign leaders, all these different countries, all these international banks and all that. And the name of the game is to lie, cheat, and steal to get ahead.
Right.
So it would be dumb in their mind to put a Boy Scout in as a president, because he's not going to do as good of enough job to lie, cheat, and steal to prosperity that a Democrat would. And that's their rationale. It's very logical.
It's like bought and paid for. They know that by putting Obama in the position of the president of the United States, I was going to say
POTUS.
I was going to P-O-U-S.
Without the T.
Without the T.
The T is in there.
It is in it.
POTUS.
I almost said P-O-S.
He is the hashtag POS. Wow.
Okay. So, anywho.
But the Democrats respect that. They're like, wow, this guy really is a piece of crap.
And if we put him in place, he will then nominate all his cabinet members will be part and parcel. They'll be carrying the water of the whole party. They ought. He doesn't need, like when he puts Loretta Lynch in as in her position. He knows that he doesn't have to tell her what to do.
Right.
He doesn't have to send her a memo. Hey, get those conservatives.
Right, but
they know.
Just to counter what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying they know by putting him in there because he's.
Who's they? You mean the voters?
No, the establishment, the DNC.
Oh yeah, okay.
The DNC knows.
I thought the whole time. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the voters. Yeah,
no,
you're right.
No.
You're right.
The
you're
DNC is orchestrated and pulled the strings, and the DNC knows.
You mean the Communist Party?
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
They know by putting him in there
that they're going to get communists in the cabinet,
and they don't even need to really tell him what to do because he'll roll it all out.
Once it's rolled out and you have all the communists in position, they know the ideology.
Right.
You don't even need to send them a text.
Right.
They know what to do. Like, in fact, if they deviate from the Communist Manifesto, they'll look at them and say, wait a minute, didn't you read our memo by Karl Marx?
Right. I don't need to send you a memo. You just need to read the past memos that have already been sent, brah.
Yeah, this is ABC. Let's go. Put it together.
It's just like Hitler with concentration camps. There's no paper trail on that.
Right.
He didn't write a memo to the henchmen. Hey,
that's a Rush. I don't know if Rush made it up, but
he talks about it often.
Oh yeah,
often.
Yeah, you'll never find the memos that link Hitler to a direct order for them to kill everybody at Auschwitz and all the other concentration.
I doubt you'll probably find a memo from for the gulags.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Or some of the other atrocities that have happened. You don't need that kind of thing.
Right.
You just put the right people. Well, when I say right, you put the most wrongest people in place.
Well, you got to know that they're down for the struggle.
Right. Say, okay, there's only one question in this interview, and you got to answer it right. How morally bankrupt are you?
Oh, that's a trick question. how on a scale from 1 to 10, how morally bankrupt? Of course, they'll be like, 0. Oh, okay. Don't call us.
We'll call you.
Right.
Okay. Let's get back to Ted Cruz. Let's
All
get
right.
back to no sidestep there, Ted. Here you go, Ted.
Since September, the Constitution hasn't changed.
Nice.
But the poll numbers have.
Have they? I don't know.
No, not really.
And I recognize that Donald is dismayed that his poll numbers are falling in Iowa.
Yeah, in Iowa. No, it's in Iowa.
The facts
and
the law
That's
here
it.
are really quite clear. Under long-standing U.S. law,
Okay, hold on. Before we get to this, new poll out today, and I've gotten a stack of stuff, and we'll get to it. Trump now leads in Iowa by 2 points. However,
I didn't know that.
the margin of error is 4.
400%.
The margin of error is plus or minus 4. So Trump leads by 2,
high.
but still
Statistic high.
right.
Tie. Yeah.
So for Cruz to keep hammering on this is just and I got more numbers in a stack of stuff, so we'll get to that.
the child of a U.S. citizen born abroad is a natural-born citizen. If a soldier has a child abroad, that child is a natural-born citizen. That's why John McCain, even though he was born in Panama, was eligible to run for president. If an American missionary...
I have to just throw this out there. I read a comment. It may have even been on this video. Somewhere I read it. Somebody said, so you're saying that every love child of the North Vietnamese during the Vietnam War, they're all eligible to become president now?
Hold on. That's true. That's a good question. However, I think you'll back this up. If you're in the military and you're having a baby,
Okay.
where would you and your wife go to have that baby?
If I'm in the military.
Correct. And you're in. Hold on. You're in Okinawa.
Yeah.
Because you were stationed in Japan.
Right.
You're in Okinawa on an island. Your wife goes into labor. Where are you going to have that baby?
Assuming that it wasn't sudden and unexpected, which of course it always is. But
Say you got 45 water breaks and you got 45 minutes to an hour, maybe even longer, maybe a couple
Of course,
hours.
it depends on where I am, but I could be nowhere near a military base, but I know where you're going with this.
Of course. So answer the question. You would be on base.
My first
in the military
choice would be
right.
military hospital.
Correct. Which would then
The U.S. soil, right.
it's American citizen. So by him linking, and it really kind of, not really, it's just a little bit of a tick to me for him to try. He's now linking himself to military-born children. He's saying that him being born in Canada,
but yeah, I could see
is
that.
him being born in Canada is the same as you, Carrie, being in the Marines, and you and your wife having a baby in Okinawa. He's saying it's the same thing.
I know this isn't law, but I'm curious to know, and I'm sure this is out there. What was his mom doing in Canada? Because the military people are serving their country when they're overseas.
Right.
Well, what was his mom doing in Canada? Did she say, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm living in Canada. I think that's important.
Well, the reason why she was in Canada is because she can get antibiotics without a prescription.
But she lived there for quite some time, right?
I know. I'm making it.
I'm just making stuff up. You're
Well,
supposed to laugh.
it's because of the health care. That's why she went to Canada.
Well, in that case,
Universal health care up there.
And the only reason I'm entertaining these thought experiments is because one day, if there's justice in America and there's intelligence in America, some brilliant group of senators and representatives is going to come together and say, you know what? We need to amend the Constitution to add a couple of sentences in there that are a little bit more precise about the definition of natural born. Or forget about definition of natural born. Let's just add some sentences to be a little bit more clear about the eligibility to become president, because it clearly is not clear enough.
We're obviously having a major
It's a crisis.
Major malfunction.
I mean, you
of
got
our
people.
situation.
Listen, we live in a world today where a U.S. citizen can go and fight against America for ISIS, and nobody is charging them with treason.